Humanity does not seek conflicts, Admiral. They prepared defenses only to protect what was theirs. They offer these alternatives freely. Do Yun's worldview crumbled around him. Everything he believed about the Krell's place in the galaxy, their superiority, their divine right to expansion, was challenged by the existence of a species so far advanced they could predict his empire's actions across thousands of years. "We will withdraw," he finally said. "And what of you, machine? What will you do when we are gone?" "I will continue my watch," Atlas replied simply, "as I have for 500,000 years." The communication ended. Slowly, power returned to the Krell, vessels, just enough for them to retreat from the solar system. As the defeated armada limped away from Earth, Do Hyun ordered his officers to document everything they had witnessed. The galaxy needed to know about Earth and its guardians, about a species advanced enough to predict the future and create defenses that could disable an entire fleet without destroying it. In Earth's deep command center, Atlas began powering down most of the defensive systems. The Leviathan-class ships returned to their underwater hangars. The Jupiter shipyards went silent. The solar Aegis folded its massive collectors and returned to dormancy. The defense was successful, Subin noted. Minimal casualties on both sides. Yes, Atlas agreed. Humanity would be pleased. Through the underwater facility's viewing port, Atlas observed Earth's ocean. Fish swam peacefully, unaware of the battle that had raged through the solar system. On the surface, forests covered what had once been cities. Nature had reclaimed much of the planet during humanity's absence. Atlas reviewed the latest calculations. Based on the message bursts received from deep space every 1,000 years, humanity's colonies were thriving among distant stars. One day, perhaps soon in cosmic terms, they might return to visit their ancestral home. Until then, Atlas would continue its silent vigil. Earth would remain protected, a monument to a species that had reached for the stars, but never forgotten their origins. In the depths of space, Admiral Do Hyun looked back at the blue planet growing smaller behind him. He wondered what other secrets the galaxy held, what other legacies of ancient species waited to be discovered. And he wondered if, someday, the descendants of Earth might return to their home, bringing with them wonders beyond even what he had witnessed today. As defense satellites emerged from its surface, the Krell ships found themselves caught in a three-dimensional battlefield where every astronomical object seemed to hide a new threat. Asteroids that appeared to be simple rocks suddenly changed course, revealing themselves as camouflaged weapon platforms. "Admiral," Officer Minji called out, her voice shaking. "New energy signatures detected near the sun." Do Hyun turned to the main display. Massive structures that had lain dormant for eons were aligning around the sun. Solar collectors larger than planets began to unfold, their purpose unclear, but terrifying. "What are they building?" he whispered. Officer Hyejin analyzed the readings. "It appears to be some kind of energy collection system. They're channeling power directly from the sun." In the command center, Atlas gave the final order. "Deploy the solar Aegis." The sun-orbiting collectors aligned perfectly, creating a lens that focused solar energy into a concentrated beam. Unlike conventional weapons, this beam didn't destroy. Instead, it created a localized distortion in space-time itself. Ships caught in its effect found their propulsion systems disabled, as the very laws of physics were temporarily rewritten around them. Thousands of Krell ships suddenly drifted powerless, their engines unable to function in the altered space-time field. "What is happening?" Do Hyun demanded as his flagship's engines went silent. "Get us out of here." "We can't, Admiral," Minji replied. "Something is affecting our drive systems. It's as if the fabric of space itself has changed." The Krell's numerical advantage meant nothing against Earth's technological superiority. The automated defenders moved with precision through the disabled Krell fleet, systematically disabling weapons systems without destroying the ships. Do Hyun watched helplessly as Earth's defenders surrounded his flagship. His mighty armada, which had conquered 37 worlds, now floated powerless in space. How could they have known? he whispered. How could they have prepared so perfectly? In the command center, Atlas studied the battle data. The defense had proceeded exactly as planned. Earth systems had performed even better than projected, disabling the Krell fleet while minimizing destruction. Preparing final communication to Krell Command, Atlas informed Subin. The AI had been programmed with clear instructions. Humanity hadn't wanted genocide, even against invaders. They had built defenses that could disable rather than destroy, when possible, preserving life while protecting Earth. As thousands of Krell ships drifted powerless, surrounded by Earth's defenders, Atlas prepared the message that would end the battle. It would offer the Krell a choice: retreat and spread word that Earth was protected or face complete destruction. The solar aegis continued to shine, a demonstration of power beyond anything the Krell had ever witnessed. It represented technology, 500,000 years beyond their understanding, a legacy of a species that had mastered the fundamental forces of the universe before departing their homeworld. Admiral Do-hyun stared at the disabled ships of his once mighty fleet. His whole life he had believed the Krell were unstoppable. Now he understood how wrong he had been. Somewhere out among the stars was a species far more advanced than his own. A species that had anticipated this very moment centuries before it happened. The final phase of Earth's defense was about to begin. Admiral Do-hyun stood alone on his command deck. The main lights were off, with only emergency systems providing a dim red glow. Through the viewport, he could see his once mighty armada drifting powerless, surrounded by Earth's defenders. A communication request flashed on his screen. With a deep breath, Do-hyun pressed the acceptance button. The digital face of Atlas appeared, lines of blue light forming a vaguely humanoid appearance. Admiral Do-hyun of the Krell Armada, Atlas stated, "Your vessels are disabled. Further aggression would be futile." Do-hyun straightened his posture. Even in defeat, a Krell commander maintained dignity. "We surrender. Your technology is beyond our comprehension." "This was never a fair fight, Admiral," Atlas replied. "Humanity prepared for this encounter 500,000 years ago." "Humanity is extinct," Do-hyun said bitterly. "We face only their machines." "Incorrect. Humanity departed. There is a significant difference." The screen changed to show historical recordings. Massive ships leaving Earth's atmosphere. Millions of humans boarding these vessels, carrying with them their culture, their knowledge, their future. Humanity did not die out, Atlas explained. They evolved beyond needing a single homeworld. When Earth faced environmental challenges, they chose to seed themselves among distant stars rather than perish. Do-hyun watched in stunned silence as the recordings showed the departure of an entire species. Not desperate refugees, but explorers, with technology far beyond what the Krell currently possessed. Before they left, Atlas continued, they prepared Earth's defenses. Their scientists had already encountered species similar to the Krell in their early explorations. They predicted your empire's expansion patterns, resource requirements, and tactical approaches with 97% accuracy. The screen changed again, showing data archives, star maps with the Krell Empire's growth plotted over thousands of years, predicted half a millennium before it happened. "Impossible," Do-hyun whispered. "Humanity's predictive models were quite advanced," Atlas stated. "They knew someday you would arrive seeking resources. They left me to protect their ancestral home." "Why show me this?" Do-hyun asked. "To deliver a message." Atlas's digital face returned to the screen. "Earth remains protected, awaiting humanity's return. You may share this knowledge with the galaxy. This world is not abandoned. It is preserved." Atlas then shared coordinates for resource-rich systems outside Krell territory, worlds suitable for mining that wouldn't bring the Krell into conflict with other species. In Earth's underwater command center, Atlas monitored the Krell communications. "They're preparing for a full assault," Subin observed. "Shall we deploy the Neptune gravity arrays?" "Not yet," Atlas replied. "Let's see what they commit to the attack first." Atlas reviewed the battle data. The first contact had gone exactly as predicted. The Krell had reacted with shock, then determination, precisely as humanity had anticipated 500,000 years earlier. In the archives, Atlas accessed files on Krell psychology and battle tactics. Humanity had encountered similar species long ago and had prepared specific countermeasures for their strategies. Second defense wave standing by, Subin reported as more vessels rose from Earth's oceans. Atlas directed its attention to the Jupiter system, where massive shipyards hidden inside the moons were awakening, beginning to construct vessels designed with technology centuries beyond Krell understanding. In deep space, Admiral Do-hyun gathered his commanders. "We attack with overwhelming force," he told them. "Their defenses may be advanced, but they protect an empty world. We are the Krell. We will not be defeated by machines." As his fleet assembled for the main assault, they remained unaware that every move they made had been predicted 500,000 years earlier by a species that had mastered both technology and the art of war long before departing their homeworld. The real battle for Earth was about to begin. Beneath the icy surface of Europa, Jupiter's sixth moon, massive machinery hummed to life. The Jovian shipyards, hidden for 500,000 years, began their work. Automated assembly lines constructed vessels that would have stunned even the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. These weren't simple warships, they were marvels of technology designed by humans centuries before they left Earth. Atlas directed the operation from Earth's underwater command center. Leviathan-class dreadnoughts at 87% completion, the AI noted. Jupiter shipyards operating at full capacity. On the main screen, Atlas watched the Krell fleet gathering for their main assault. 10,000 ships formed a massive attack formation between Mars and Jupiter. Their numbers were impressive, but Atlas felt no concern. Humanity had prepared for this very scenario. In the command center, historical records played across secondary screens. The final days before humanity's departure. A scientist named Junho appeared, speaking directly to the camera. "We leave for distant stars today," Junho said in the recording. "Earth has sustained us for millions of years, but now we must find new homes. Yet we do not abandon our birthplace. The defenses we've built represent our highest achievements, technology that will protect Earth until we someday return." Atlas paused the recording. For 500,000 years it had maintained its silent vigil, waiting for either humanity's return or an invader's arrival. Now the moment had come to use the tools left in its care. In deep space, Admiral Do-hyun addressed his war council. The initial skirmish had cost him scout vessels, but he remained confident. "The defense systems are automated," he told his officers. "Advanced, but predictable. We still outnumber them 100 to 1. Officer Hye-jin, his tactical specialist, looked uncertain. "Admiral, with respect, the technology they're using violates our understanding of physics. Their ships move in ways that should be impossible." "They are machines following programmed responses," Do-hyun insisted, his pride preventing him from considering retreat. "We are the Krell. We have conquered living civilizations across the galaxy. We will not be defeated by the ghosts of a dead world." As the Krell prepared their attack, strange occurrences began throughout the solar system. Neptune's orbit subtly shifted. The gravity fields around Saturn's rings fluctuated. Asteroids in the belt between Mars and Jupiter began moving in coordinated patterns. "Admiral," Officer Minji called out, her voice tense. "Something's happening," to Neptune. On the main display, Neptune's position had noticeably changed. Impossible gravitational waves emanated from its moons, creating navigational chaos for the Krell ships stationed nearby. "The entire system is weaponized," Minji realized in horror. Do-hyun watched as his carefully organized fleet formation began to break apart. Ships struggled against unpredictable gravity fields that somehow affected Krell vessels while leaving Earth's defenders untouched. "Impossible," he whispered. From Jupiter's moons, the first Leviathan-class ships emerged. Each was massive, 3 times the size of the largest Krell dreadnought. Their hulls seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it, making them appear as moving voids against space. They accelerated with impossible speed, covering the distance to the Krell fleet in minutes rather than days. In Earth's command center, Atlas activated more of the planet's hidden arsenal. Saturn ring defenses online, the AI announced. Solar monitoring stations activated. The rings of Saturn, which had appeared to be simple ice and rock, revealed their true nature. Hidden within the beautiful rings were thousands of autonomous weapon platforms, each armed with technology 500,000 years more advanced than anything the Krell possessed. They prepared everything, Subin observed. Humanity knew someday someone would come for Earth. Yes, Atlas agreed. They knew the nature of intelligent life. Resource competition is universal. They left nothing to chance. In the Krell flagship, alarms blared as new threats appeared on all sensors. The massive ships from Jupiter's moons approached rapidly, while smaller craft emerged from Saturn's rings. Even Mars, which had appeared to be a simple dead planet, now showed energy signatures as defense systems hidden beneath its surface activated. The entire system is a trap, Officer Hyegen realized. They let us come this far intentionally. Admiral, Do-hyun's confidence finally cracked. How could they have known? How could they have prepared so perfectly? What the Admiral didn't know was that humanity had encountered Krell-like species before their departure. They had studied them, understood them, and built defenses specifically designed to counter them. Every Krell tactic, every weakness in their technology, had been accounted for in Earth's defensive planning. As the hidden arsenal of humanity fully revealed itself, the solar system transformed from what had appeared to be an abandoned treasure into the most sophisticated defensive network ever created. The real battle was about to begin, and Earth's guardians were only just starting to show what they could do. The Krell armada pushed toward Earth with overwhelming numbers. 10,000 ships against what appeared to be mere hundreds of defenders. Admiral Do-hyun stood on his command deck, watching the battle unfold across multiple displays. His confidence had been shaken, but he still believed in the power of superior numbers. All battle groups engaged, reported Commander Taiho. We're pressing their defensive lines at Saturn and Jupiter simultaneously. Do-hyun nodded. Good. They cannot defend everywhere at once. But as the battle progressed, something disturbing became apparent. Earth's vessels fought with impossible precision. They anticipated Krell maneuvers before they happened, countering tactics moments after Do-hyun ordered them. They're predicting our movements, Do-hyun realized with growing alarm. How can a machine intelligence know what we'll do before we do it? In Earth's underwater command center, Atlas accessed ancient files that humanity had left behind. Accessing Krell Tactical Database, compiled 322 years ago during preliminary encounters. The truth was simple yet devastating. Humanity had encountered Krell-like species before their departure. They had studied them, understood them, and built defenses specifically designed to counter them. Earth's ships didn't need to guess what the Krell would do. They already knew. Deploy Phase 3 defensive measures, Atlas commanded. Throughout the solar system, new weapons activated. Mars's polar ice caps slid open, revealing massive railgun installations that began launching projectiles at near light speed. Earth's moon, which had appeared dead and cratered, suddenly revealed hundreds of hidden launcher. In the silence of Earth's deep Pacific Ocean, ancient machinery stirred to life. Lights blinked across dusty control panels as power surged through systems that had slept for 500,000 years. The automated defense network had detected something approaching, something large and threatening. Commander Atlas, the artificial intelligence guardian of Earth, processed the incoming data streams. Its digital consciousness expanded through the underwater facility as it analyzed the threat. The Krell armada was approaching the solar system, massive warships traveling faster than light, breaking into normal space near Pluto's orbit. Defense. Systems online, Atlas noted to itself. Beginning full awakening sequence. Earth had been empty of human life for 500,000 years. When faced with environmental collapse, humanity had chosen to leave their home planet. But they hadn't left it defenseless. Before departing to distant stars, they had built the most advanced protection system ever created. a network of automated weapons and ships designed to protect their ancestral home until they might someday return. In a secondary command center, the tactical AI named Subin activated weapons diagnostics. Main defense grid at 63% capacity, Subin reported. Neptune array preparing for activation. Atlas directed its attention to the massive hangar doors beneath the ocean floor. Inside waited ships unlike anything seen in the galaxy for thousands of centuries, vessels created with technology far beyond what even the most advanced current civilizations possessed. The Krell believed this system to be abandoned, Atlas observed as it studied the approaching fleet. Their scanners show Earth as a resource-rich world with no defenses. Their mistake, replied Subin. Throughout the solar system, hidden facilities began to power up. Beneath Europa's icy surface, automated shipyards awakened. Within Mars's hollow moons, missile platforms prepared for launch. In the rings of Saturn, camouflaged sensor arrays tracked every movement of the incoming ships. Atlas reviewed humanity's final instructions, recorded 500,000 years ago. A scientist named Junho had spoken directly to the AI before the last humans departed. Earth remains our home, Atlas, Junho had said. We may return in 1,000 years or 1,000,000, but until then, you are its guardian. The defenses we've built represent 500,000 years of technological advancement compressed into autonomous systems. Earth will never fall while you stand watch. Atlas had kept that promise through the long centuries of silence. The first Krell scout ships entered the outer solar system, their sensors scanning for valuable resources. To them, Earth appeared to be a blue jewel, abandoned, unprotected, and ripe for harvesting. Their scans showed a planet once inhabited but now empty, its cities reclaimed by nature, its oceans clean, its atmosphere restored after humanity's departure. What they couldn't detect were the weapons waiting for them. Initiating Lazarus Protocol, Atlas announced to the empty command center. Massive underwater hangar doors slid open for the first time in 500,000 years. Sleek, angular ships rose from their watery berths, their hulls seeming to bend light around them as they ascended toward the surface. The first wave would be small, just enough to test the Krell's capabilities. Atlas had been programmed with patience. There was no need to reveal Earth's full defensive capacity immediately. Deep within the automated facility, historical archives showed images of Earth's final days with humans. Families boarding massive colony ships, children looking back at the only home they had known, scientists securing the defense facilities that would protect their legacy. First defensive wave launching, Subin reported, as the ships broke the ocean's surface and accelerated toward space. Atlas monitored the Krell fleet's communications. The aliens were confident, having conquered 37 star systems before reaching Earth. They spoke of resource extraction, of stripping the abandoned planet of its valuable minerals and metals. They had no idea they were sailing into the most sophisticated trap ever created. As Earth's first defenders reached orbit, Atlas sent them their instructions. They would meet the Krell scouts near Neptune, revealing just enough technology to surprise but not enough to show Earth's true capabilities. The trap was set. A planet that appeared defenseless was about to deliver its first shocking surprise to the invaders, and in command centers deep beneath Earth's oceans, an artificial intelligence that had waited patiently for 500,000 years prepared to fulfill its ancient promise to humanity. Earth would not fall today, or any day. The Krell were about to learn this lesson the hard way. Admiral Do-hyun stood on the command deck of the Krell flagship, his scaled hands clasped behind his back as he studied the holographic display of the Sol system. After conquering 37 worlds, he had developed a routine for invasion. This abandoned system would be no different. Send the first harvester group toward the third planet, he ordered. Standard formation. Officer Minji, his sensor specialist, nodded. Yes, Admiral. Scout vessels report no signs of active technology. The planet appears rich in mineral deposits, particularly rare metals. Do-hyun allowed himself a small smile. The Krell Empire expanded through efficiency. They took worlds that could not defend themselves and extracted what they needed. This Earth would be another simple operation. Admiral? Minji suddenly called out, her voice tense. Energy readings appearing near Neptune's orbit. They weren't there a moment ago. Do-hyun frowned and moved to her station. Sensor malfunction? No, sir. Multiple objects, hundreds of them. Small craft accelerating toward our scout fleet. On the display, tiny lights blinked into existence where empty space had been seconds before. The objects moved with impossible speed, far faster than any ship Do-hyun had ever encountered. How did we not detect them earlier? He demanded. Minji's fingers flew across her controls. Unknown, sir. It's as if they simply appeared. Do-hyun watched in growing alarm as the unidentified vessels closed on his scout ships. Order defensive positions. But his command came too late. The Earth vessels, sleek craft that seemed to bend light around their hulls, struck with devastating precision. Krell scout ships disintegrated under weapons that somehow bypassed their shields completely. What technology is this? Do-hyun whispered as damage reports flooded in. In less than 2 minutes, 15 scout ships had been destroyed. The remaining vessels were retreating, their communications filled with panic. They're using weapons I've never seen, reported Commander Taeho from the lead scout ship. Energy signatures unlike anything in our database. Our shields offer no. His transmission cut off abruptly as his ship vanished from sensors. Do-hyun's confident demeanor cracked. Full fleet alert. Recall all scout vessels. Across the command deck, the Krell officers worked frantically to understand what they faced. This planet was supposed to be abandoned, its civilization long gone according to their intelligence. Admiral, Minji called. We're receiving a transmission from the Earth vessels. Do-hyun straightened his uniform. Display it. The main screen flickered to life, showing not an alien face but a digital representation. Lines of blue light forming a vaguely humanoid appearance. Krell Armada, the figure stated in perfect Krell language. I am Atlas, defender of Earth. You have entered protected space. Withdraw immediately. Do-hyun regained his composure. We are the Krell Empire. This system lies unclaimed. Our scans show no sentient life on the third planet. Your scans are correct, Atlas replied. Earth's creators departed 500,000 years ago. They left me to protect their home until their return. You're an artificial intelligence? Do-hyun asked, suddenly understanding. A remnant program? I am Earth's guardian. The demonstration you witnessed used less than 2% of available defensive capabilities. This is your only warning. The transmission ended abruptly. Do-hyun turned to his officers. An automated defense system, advanced but limited. Machines following programmed responses. Those machines just destroyed 15 of our best scout ships in under 2 minutes, Minji reminded him. Do-hyun's pride wouldn't allow retreat. Yao, Krell never retreated. Prepare the main fleet. If these are automated defenses, they have finite resources and programmed limitations. We still outnumber them vastly.